Home Minister Amit Shah had to intervene to get the Tamil Nadu governor to step back from his unprecedented decision to sack one of the ministers of the MK Stalin government, Senthil Balaji, who is, of course, facing grave allegations of corruption. I'm Barkha Dutt. You're with the Mojo story. Our big focus today, our top story, is what happened in Tamil Nadu in the last few hours. The Tamil Nadu governor, who has been on a collision course with the MK Stalin DMK government for one or the other reason, picked a really big confrontation by basically removing Senthil Balaji from the State Council of Ministers. Senthil Balaji has been facing very, very grave allegations of corruption. That said, the governor's intervention was unprecedented according to Indian constitutional law. The governor can only take a measure like this at advice or in consultation with the elected chief minister of a state. The centre realized that the governor had done the BJP no favors. The home minister intervened. The governor hastily issued a second statement declaring that till he sought legal opinion, his decision had been held in abeyance. Remember, he has still not categorically withdrawn his order, and this has led to another set of confrontations and charges and counter-charges in the state of Tamil Nadu. Has the governor actually done a disservice to the BJP and a favor to the DMK? There were no people who were basically feeling sorry for Senthil Balaji, but what may happen now after the way the governor has intervened? Let's introduce our guest on the program today. Joining us is Sandip Ghose, who's of course a commentator and columnist. It's good to see you, Sandip, after a long time. Welcome back to the program. Sanjay Hegde, senior advocate of the Supreme Court, is with us. Beg your pardon. Also joining us from the BJP is its leader, Srikanth Karunesh. Srikanth, always a pleasure to have you with us. And also joining us from the DMK today is a DMK spokesperson, Saravanan Annadurai. Welcome, everybody, to the program. Actually, in this case, let me start with the BJP leader. Let me start with Srikanth ji. The BJP's own government, the centre, has intervened and made the governor withdraw what he was about to do, or what he had done, in fact. Will you still defend the governor's action, or will you agree with the centre that the governor was completely out of place, Srikanth ji? Srikanth ji, please unmute yourself, sir. Sir, please unmute yourself.
Yeah, it's a wonderful question you asked, because one thing I want to make it very clear, because BJP is not here to defend the governor or support the governor. Okay, as the governor is taking his course of action as per law and the powers and norms stipulated to him. So we are here, we are also witnessing what governor is doing. And so far, everybody were complaining that BJP is hand in glove with governor. When governor is taking an action, stringent action on a minister who has been charged very seriously on corruption, that time centre is going by law. So they are asking him to consult the senior most persons in the law and then go by the law. I want to emphasize one thing very clear, that here governor has made his stand very clear that when a person his name and his corruption charges. He is Senthil Balaji when he is involved in corruption charges. So he is taking severe action to remove his name from the ministry. So that he has made it very clear. And this was the stand taken by the MK Stalin when he was opposition party leader. On 6th October 2018, MK Stalin approached the then governor. He said Vijay Bhaskar has done corruption and governor should impeach him or remove him from the ministry. And he gave a tweet, and it is still there in his Twitter account. And secondly, also, he said, use your excessive powers to remove the minister. And secondly, on the next, first, it was on 1st September. The next tweet he made is on 6th October 2018. Then he approached the governor. He tweeted that governor should use his powers to remove chief minister and deputy chief minister also. He says governor has got so much powers to remove them. And he was even going to submit a memorandum to the governor. Once when Vijay Bhaskar's case, in Gutka case, his shirts were torn and he was walking to governor and he was complaining that this government and the ministers should be removed. See that?
Right.
That was the state. So now all of a sudden he is taking a stand to protect a minister who has got serious corruption charges. Why he wants to protect him? Why he wants to keep him in the ministry? So we are BJP. एक मिनट मैं ये बोलना चाहता हूँ, बीजेपी को कोई कंफ्यूजन नहीं है इसमें. हम लोग गवर्नर को हम लोग सपोर्ट करने का नहीं है. We are not supporting the governor. We are just watching it. Governor is taking very good steps. Governor is taking necessary steps to keep the law. So we are for the governor.
But I have a brief question for you before Saravanan of the DMK jumps in. And Srikanth ji, my question is this. You're basically saying that DMK is being hypocritical. In the past, when Senthil Balaji was on the other side of the political fence, when he was with the AIA DMK, the DMK actually wanted the then governor to intervene, and today they're being hypocrites. That's what you're saying.
Very sure. Yeah. Even
Very
that
sure.
time
Okay.
it was Vijay Bhaskar. Even for Senthil Balaji also, he said, he gave a big speech. Last time we discussed about it in Karur, he was giving serious allegations on Senthil Balaji.
Let me now bring in Saravanan. The DMK is being hypocritical. The BJP is not defending the governor. After all, it was Mr. Shah, Amit Shah, who intervened to get the governor to step back. How do you explain your hypocrisy, the BJP asks? Saravanan.
Yeah. See, first and foremost, I don't know which department of BJP or which state BJP or national level this spokesperson is coming from, because all along, even now, yesterday, day before yesterday, the BJP leaders, the spokespersons, everybody from the BJP are defending the governor. They say the governor's action is right. So now what is the BJP trying to convey? That one part of the BJP spokespersons have decided that this is not the right way to thing to support the governor. Why the sudden change of heart? Please continue, sir. Please continue supporting the governor like you always do. So this is one thing. Whether the BJP is supporting they have to support the governor, because the governor there in the state of Tamil Nadu was just parroting what the BJP and the RSS wants to speak. Is they're listening to their diktats and trying to scuttle the administration here in the state of Tamil Nadu. So this is one aspect. The other aspect is the BJP saying that the governor has the power to dismiss a minister. Is the BJP saying that? They are saying that, oh, your chief minister, he said that in 2018. Yes, we said that. Why did we say that? We said that because Tamil Nadu had never seen such corruption, such high-ranking corruption, such humongous corruption. No, we have never ever seen that. To highlight the intensity of the corruption, that was the demand made, but we were the ones.
This is the same man. You highlighted this man's corruption. He's the same man.
Yes,
he's the same man.
Yes, Barkha, I'm coming to that. Now, I'll also add this. If the ministers were dismissed by the governor, we would have protested against it, because it is us, it is the DMK, which is always protesting against the governor's overreach. Even during the ADMK regime, the same timeline, the governor said, the then governor, Banwarilal Purohit, he said, I'm going to go review the government functioning. We showed him black flags that made him stop all his review meetings, and he was stay put at the Raj Bhavan. So let him not hold the tweets against us.
So what is your position? Your position is, if anyone has to decide on Senthil Balaji, it has to be the chief minister. It cannot be the governor. You're not here to defend Senthil Balaji, but the entire cabinet went to meet him in hospital.
See, it's not a question of defending him. See, Mr. Senthil Balaji is not the only minister, state or central, to have criminal cases against him. We have murder charges pending. They are all ministers of the Union Cabinet. We have a terrorist as an MP. What about Mr. Brijbhushan Singh? The BJP did not even have the courage to sack him from the Wrestlers Federation. And they come here and preach us that this man should not be there in the cabinet and that man should not be there in the cabinet.
Okay.
Just 1 second. Supreme Court, the Constitution bench of the Supreme Court says it is left to the wisdom of the Prime Minister and the Chief Minister to have members of their cabinet, irrespective whether they have committed a heinous offense or a minor offense. It is left. If the Supreme Court's Constitution bench does not have the power, the BJP thinks the governor has the power.
Okay, can I please get to Srikanth briefly, and then I really do have to go to Sanjay and Sandip. Yes, Srikanth.
One thing, I don't know about Saravanan, what he is talking, because he was wondering about where from I have come. I'm very much from Tamil Nadu. Now at present I'm in Bombay, but I'm very much from Tamil Nadu. And you could have very much seen me also in your places. Acha. Now, two important things I want to tell him. DMK has got double standard. The very big problem with Mr. Stalin, he has got double faces, double standard always, two tongues he has. One thing Saravanan has accepted, I should thank him for this, because he said, yes, he tweeted. Yes, we tweeted that the government has got so much of powers. Now, what he is telling, when even if the governor is dismissing those ministers, even if they are in ADMK, we will fight for them. What is this? What is this double standard? They will ask the governor to remove him from the ministry, and they themselves will fight. And they complained on Senthil Balaji. Now they themselves are fighting now. See, this is the double standard they have.
I think we have to separate the debate around Senthil Balaji from the debate around the governor. And I think conflating them leads us to a very confused place. Before I ask Sanjay to explain the law to us, I want to bring in Sandip. Because Sandip, you had a tweet today saying that these overactive, hyperactive, overzealous governors, I'm paraphrasing you, are doing no service to the BJP. They may think they're sucking up to power, but they're actually hurting the BJP. Go ahead, Sandip, with your thoughts on this. Sandip, you're muted. Please unmute yourself at your end. Yeah.
To tell you the truth, the tweet was actually to get your attention, which I managed to get.
You always have my attention. You always have my attention.
Just making the point clear. But, I think we need not conflate the two issues, as you rightly said. I really don't understand. One is the specific case of Mr. Ravi, taking this very, very extreme step. And what I find is equally curious is that he would have taken that step entirely on his own, on his own brief. And at the same time, also the subsequent thing, as somebody was, one of my previous speaker was pointing out, apparently the party spokesperson for yesterday defending Mr. Ravi, but today it is being said that, I suppose it's being said, or it has been made known that Mr. Amit Shah intervened to ask him to stay back. I don't know what is the official locus standi of the Home Minister coming in to advise the governor. That Sanjay would be in a better position to comment. So there is a lot of contradiction in that. But on a larger scale, like I tweeted, we have known governors play the tune of the party in power in the center, but in the past we have seen it mostly happening at the time of change of government, declaring president's rule or floor tests, etc., etc. But this kind of a confrontationist attitude, in every state practically where it's being ruled by the opposition, and you've had very, very what should I say, genteel souls like Mr. Arif Muhammad Khan in Kerala, locking horns with the government there, and forget what's happened in Delhi with successive lieutenant governors. We saw it in West Bengal. Here, everywhere, that seems to be a pattern. Now, I really don't know what is either the message being conveyed or what is being achieved through that. Let's take the West Bengal case, for instance. We know the kind of, feud there was, open spat between the current vice president and then the governor, which took almost sometimes swinging between amusing to embarrassing kind of position on social media. We are finding a encore of that, a redux of that with the current governor, who initially started on a fairly friendly note with the chief minister. So there is some kind of a pattern.
And you raise a very interesting question, Sandip, which I want to take to Sanjay. Could the governor have done this suo moto? Did he just get up and say, now I'm going to ask for, and not just ask, I'm going to remove Senthil Balaji? Now, Sanjay, there are some people who are citing the phrase serves at the pleasure of the governor, just as it serves at the pleasure of the president, which is written into our law, to interpret that the governor or indeed the president does have these powers. Whereas it's quite clear, and the Supreme Court has made it clear in two different orders, first in 1975, that this is interpreted to mean that you do this only in consultation or on the advice of the chief minister in the states and the prime minister at the center. How do you think the governor proceeded? He would have consulted some lawyer. He would have consulted somebody before he wrote this first letter, removing Senthil Balaji.
Well, whoever he consulted, he did not consult the constitutional lawyers, that is the Attorney General for India or the Advocate General of the state. I don't know which lawyer he consulted and on what basis he consulted, or did he misread signals? I don't think that any governor would have acted straight off his or her own bat. There may have been some kind of signaling. And you also must be aware that the very issue of Mr. Balaji's continuance in the cabinet was the matter of PIL before the Madras High Court, where the Madras High Court had asked some very pertinent questions. The matter was sub judice before the Madras High Court, and at that stage, the governor saying that I have the power to dismiss the chief minister, that the cabinet minister, without any advice from the cabinet, that seems to be quite a large ask. If this was the position in law, then conceivably, then we would have turned our parliamentary democracy into a presidential system. President Zail Singh almost dismissed Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi once on allegations in Bofors. Now, if presidents and governors who are not directly elected go about dismissing ministers and chief ministers like this, then your entire edifice breaks down.
What do you make of the fact, Sanjay? Can we come out of these excerpts of the judgment and ask you this? What do you make of the fact that the second letter then quotes the Home Ministry very directly and says, I have been advised by the Home Minister? Legally, how does this work?
Well, legally, what the Tamil Nadu government seems to have done right now is to have ignored both the letters as having had no effect in law. Like if, say, a governor or a policeman were to say, you are no longer a designated advocate of the Supreme Court, senior advocate of the Supreme Court, would it have any legal effect? No. Can a governor sitting in Tamil Nadu dismiss a minister in Jharkhand? No. So this has no legal effect. That is my take on things.
Let me ask Srikanth ji. I think when Saravanan said, who is Srikanth ji, he didn't mean who is Srikanth ji. He meant, where were you yesterday when your party colleagues were defending, this decision? He didn't mean it literally. We all know you. You're all friends. The serious question is this, the BJP's leaders, as Sandip Ghose says, were probably put in this embarrassing position yesterday where they thought they had to defend the governor. You opened this program by saying you're neither defending nor criticizing the governor. But do you concede that the governor has weakened your argument against Senthil Balaji, i.e. had the opposite political impact that you would have wanted?
Yes, in this case, we don't see it as we are getting some upper hand, or we are feeling very much upset about these developments. See, actually, the thing is, he has taken this issue to the unreached people. Even many people who were not even concerned about this issue now aware of this issue, because this has reached the public. You see, the main criteria in this, what BJP is seeing is, our party leader, Mr. Annadurai, is aiming for a clean government. He is working against corruption. So when he is doing this, governor has made it very clear that whoever is involved in corruption will be removed from the ministry. See, this is a threat. This is a moral fear, everybody. Legally, I leave it to all the senior learned lawyers and judges. Let them decide it. And law is there, very much there.
So you're not really against, so politically you're not against what the governor tried to do. But tried to do.
He has in fact given us a lot of weightage to this argument what we made. A corrupted minister should not be there. This has reached the public. We thank the governor.
I think Sanjay Hegde wants a brief introduction. Then I'll come to Saravanan. Sanjay?
No. Going by that logic, there was a time when the Supreme Court said that the government of Gujarat was acting in the fashion of a Nero. Could the then government of the then governor of Gujarat have dismissed a chief minister saying that there is an indictment from the Supreme Court? This leads to constitutional chaos. Governors and presidents are figureheads. They are the head. They are the head of the state. All action is in the name of the governor or of the president, but they have no individual actions of their own. To put it more bluntly, the governor cannot even dismiss a chaiwala of the Raj Bhavan without ministerial advice.
Okay, that's an extreme statement. Let me actually bring in Saravanan before I come to Sandip. And Saravanan, let me ask you a different question. For now, I think you have clearly won the legal argument. The governor has embarrassed himself. But what about the political argument? What about the allegations that are so serious against Senthil Balaji?
Yeah, see, the allegations are very serious. He is being investigated. The courts will decide whether he is guilty or innocent. But what made him arrest? The ED, can the ED come and barge into the house for a case which happened 10 years back, come and say, no, I'm going to arrest you. You know why I'm going to arrest you? Because you're going to destroy the evidence. What evidence am I going to destroy? No, 10 years back there were evidence. Is this the way the ED functions? Is this the way the ED should function? This is a man who says, I am suffering from heartache. No problem. Heart problem? No problem. We will take you to the ED. We will take you to police custody so that your heart problems will be cured. They don't want to listen to 3 sets of doctors. The Omandurar government hospital doctors say Mr. Senthil Balaji has to undergo a bypass surgery. The ESI doctors brought in by the ED say, yes, we concur with the Omandurar doctors. He has to undergo heart surgery. The High Court ships him to a private hospital. The private hospital doctors say, yes, he has to undergo bypass surgery. This is the date we are fixing for the bypass surgery. The ED goes to the Supreme Court and says, Mr. Senthil Balaji is faking his illness. Is this a police force?
But can I remind our audience that much as I think the governor completely sort of overreached, the allegations against Senthil Balaji are basically taking money to sell jobs. The job of a bus conductor, the job of a government mechanic, the jobs that were never given to people. Those people then went to court. Now he's trying to open a direct line to them. He is reported to have spent thousands of crores building his mansion. He has a sprawling affiliated liquor business. He's called the cash bank of politics, first with the AIDMK, now with you guys. It's very hard to see him as a victim. I think the governor was wrong, but Senthil Balaji is nobody's victim.
See, that's what I'm saying. Yes, I'm coming to it. See, you are making allegations after allegations that he's building 1,000 crores of mansions. No, all that is not true. Probably, I don't know. What
about the selling of jobs? What about the bribes for jobs? What about the bribes for jobs?
Yes, Barkha, I'm coming to that. Let me put the specific allegations. The allegations is that there is no direct allegation against Mr. Senthil Balaji. The allegation is that one person, Mr. Shanmugam, who was with Mr. Senthil Balaji, collected money on the pretext of job. It is not Mr. Senthil Balaji who collected money. It is not Mr. Senthil Balaji who offered to return the money. Let us be very, very clear on this. If there is an allegation, let them find out whether he is guilty or innocent. And whether the BJP, of all the parties, can BJP speak about moral responsibility? How many ministers? 33% of the ministers in Modi's cabinet are criminally found wanting. There is a murder case against this guy, Nikhil, one minister, the youngest minister, Nikhil Parchit. So, what moral right can they have to preach? Okay, he's involved in a serious offense. Please take him away from the ministry.
Okay, let me bring in. Okay, let's bring in the others. Let's bring in the other. Hang on, Saravanan. Hang on. I want Sandip to come in. Srikanth, I'm coming to you right after that. Just one second. Sandip, Senthil Balaji is not a victim. Has the governor ended up making the DMK a victim? Like, these are two different things.
I think so. You see, politically, he has not done any service either to the BJP or to himself, I would say, go to the extent of saying, because it was a needless controversy, which I even tweeted in the morning. So that is nothing. And the problem is this, more than that, Barkha, is now, people will, the bigger issue of corruption gets sidetracked. And people, now the entire focus goes on to what the governor has done, whether that was right or wrong. And then people of the party feel it's, to some extent obliged to defend him. And the kind of thing we're seeing, that he didn't take the money, somebody else took the money. And then we begin to normalize this sort of corruption. You know what happened in West Bengal? People were there, okay, the West Bengal governor didn't go and sack him, the chief minister did. That's a different issue. But that is my worry with today's these sort of situation, the overreach, or whether you call it the overreactions, because that tends to finally take away the focus from the real issue of corruption. And then,
somebody beyond the governor has obviously messed up, because you heard Sanjay Hegde saying that it would be very unlikely that a governor could act like this on his own.
I agree. As Sanjay very, I think, diplomatically put it, that he misread signals or he overread signals. That's something to that effect. It's quite possible. There was a problem in reading the cues. So he has to really take it, comes with the job, he has to take it. But that's what I started with, Barkha, that there seems to be a pattern in this kind of confrontation, or if you were to say, quote, unquote, Raj Bhavan activism. What purpose is it serving is my point. In West Bengal, what did it finally yield for anybody? Did it really bring down Mamata Banerjee's stature, or give BJP an upper hand?
Well, the West Bengal governor became the vice president.
No, that he could have served him, but that's a different issue.
Yes, but I think you make a very important point. That how does it help the political party? You're absolutely right.
Ultimately helping either Delhi's governance or anything else over there.
If anything, once again, even in Delhi, Kejriwal could claim sympathy points there. Srikanth, you wanted to come in? We have to start taking last comments. Srikanth.
Two points I want to tell before concluding. Because first thing is, I feel very sorry for Mr. Saravanan, because he's a very good speaker. Now he had to pamper a corrupted minister, declared corrupted minister on this issue. He should admit one thing. If Senthil Balaji had not taken the money, why he has filed an affidavit in the court that I have returned the money? That justifies very much he had taken the money. In the court he has filed. And agar koi chor hai na, paisa chori karke main wapas de deta hu ghar mein. It is not the case. A thief cannot steal the money and then return it to the person who has lost the money. So this is very unfair that a corrupted minister is pampered by a government on whom they gave so much of complaint. Number one. Number two, with all due respect to Sanjay ji, I want to tell one thing. He was commenting about governor. I thought it looks to me as if he was talking with a preconceived notion, because the reference what he made, he cannot even remove a chai wala. So that I think that was very offensive, and I don't know why he used the word. And chai walas are not so cheap. So I condemn that
I'll
word.
get Sanjay.
Some motive he said. I am little hurt on that.
You're offended by his use of that word, and I'll get Sanjay to okay, fair enough.
But Sanjay didn't use it in the same context as Manishankar Iyer. You must grant him that.
I can call him a tea server, no?
But
I think the point. I think the emphasis.
Please, you are not going to.
आपका intention के ऊपर doubt आ जाता है हमको. आपका बात से है ना, आपका जो word.
Were you being classist, Sanjay Hegde? Were you being elite and classist?
हमारे मुंह में तुम्हारी जबान थोड़ी है. हमारे मुंह में तुम्हारी जबान थोड़ी है.
पर वो allegation लगा रहे हैं Sanjay ji, and then I'll come to Saravanan, that you were being elitist and classist when you say he can't even remove a chai wala. You were being elitist and classist. Let's not attribute any other context or
Yeah,
interpretation to your comment. Yes.
He can't remove a peon. He can't remove a tea server. He can't remove anyone. Okay. And by the by, that was also a quote by another Sanjay, a senior advocate on Twitter. So I was quoting somebody. But be that as it
Okay.
be
But
that
do you
as
agree-
it
but-
may, and I also now let me feel hurt on behalf of chaiwalas. Does the BJP have an exclusive contract on chaiwalas? Does it speak for all chaiwalas in general? Are we?
Okay, now we've
out of
entered some level of farce. But your serious point, Sanjay Hegde, before Saravanan concludes, your serious point is what, Sanjay? So Srikanth was offended. You've clarified. You mean that he can't move even, let's say, I don't know. Let's not say the
Peon.
tea server. Let's say the gardener
peon.
of the lawns. Let's say the gardener in the lawns. Okay. Now, where is Srikanth go? But your last thoughts, Sanjay Hegde. Yeah.
My last thoughts are simple. Forget the personalities here. We are an elected parliamentary democracy. Governors and presidents are figureheads. They reign, they do not rule, and anything else is constitutional chaos as per the constitution as it currently holds.
Okay, Saravanan, my question to you remains, what are you going to do about Senthil Balaji? TK, you have taken this round, but I think Srikanth raised an important point. Are you going to go on program after program, public forum after forum, defending a man whom the people of Tamil Nadu widely associate with corruption?
See, Barkha, we have not defended Mr. Senthil Balaji. We have defended the way he has been arrested. Human beings should be treated in a humane way. This is what we have been asking. The only point is this: why the ED should be so brutal? That is the question.
Do you think he should? Do you think he should continue as minister? Do you think, not the governor? Do you think? Because he's facing grave allegations of financial impropriety and irregularities. He is accused of selling jobs to poor people for bribes.
Yes, Barkha. See, that propriety of, once an FIR is registered, when a charge is framed, the minister resigning, that I think that went 20 years back. Now there is this hard knuckle politics. So these niceties and ethics, I don't think it is anymore. When the opponent is using a weapon, you are also forced to use the same weapon. So now we cannot expect, we are going to ride a moral high horse and ask Mr. Senthil Balaji to resign because he is facing a serious case in the court. If that is the situation, can the BJP ministers survive? And I envy.
Let me put this to Srikanth Karunesh. Srikanth, last word. I have to close. Srikanth, please unmute yourself, sir. Please unmute yourself. Srikanth, you're on mute. Sir, you're on mute. Sir, you're on mute. Sir, can't hear you. You're on mute. Go ahead, sir.
I'm in Mumbai with the heavy rain. No, I didn't hear.
Same here. So in this thunder and rain,
so
the question is,
I didn't listen to what
Saravanan ji bola ki abhi allegation hai, law will take its own course. Why are you all in such a hurry to arrest him in the way that you did? Governor's point, of course, we've made and we've kind of agreed on. Last comment, quickly, I have to close.
नहीं वो लॉ अपना काम करने नहीं दे रहे हैं ना. अभी देखिए ना, when Jayalalitha ji was arrested, Shashikala ji was arrested, many other leaders were arrested in Tamil Nadu. They were just walking they are cooperating with the people. यहाँ पे जब भी DMK पार्टी का कोई अरेस्ट होता है ना, they will shout, they will scream, they will make a scene out of it. तो इतना ड्रामाबाजी they do it here, no, that they are not cooperating with the police, they are not cooperating with the law.
Okay, the political debate जी, तो ये आपका बीजेपी और डीएमके का झगड़ा will continue over Senthil Balaji. But my point that I want to say in the end is, we think the legal debate is settled, but please note that the governor's second letter also says the decision is held in abeyance. Sanjay Hegde says neither letter 1 nor letter 2 have any legal consequence. So the governor has embarrassed himself and maybe the party that he was trying to please. That is the irony. We leave it there. Thank you very much, Sanjay, Sandip, to Srikanth ji and to Saravanan ji. Thank you, and to our audience. Thanks as ever. See you tomorrow. We started Mojo right here in this basement. Just 4 people, 4. And now we're about to hit our first 1 million subscribers. So this is to say thank you to all of you for your support, for your respect, and for your encouragement. We've always gone to where the story is. During the pandemic, when television's big anchors were hunkered down in their studios or at their homes, we hit the road. We traveled from Delhi to Kerala, covering 30,000 kilometers in our small car, reporting from inside ICUs and inside slum tenements. Whether it's flash floods or war zones, we've always put our boots on the ground. In fact, we're just back from Punjab, tailing the Khalistani fugitive Amritpal Singh. And through all of this, we have always put you, the people, first. In an age of partisan polarized media where most journalists are either chamcha ya morcha, we believe the story is sacred and the truth of the story is what matters. And now as we get ready for the next step, we need your help. Become a Mojo member and get first access to all our big interviews. Get a chance to ask our newsmakers questions. Get a chance to write and report for us for both our website and our channels. And also, interact with me and my colleagues directly through AMA sessions. Literally, ask me anything. Click on the join now right next to the subscribe button, and yes, also subscribe if you haven't yet, and become a Mojo member for just 159 rupees a month. Hope to see lots of you in our community. It's great to see you here. Thank you for watching our work. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to click the bell icon and subscribe to Mojo Story and support independent, robust journalism.